Most people want the rewards of success, but they're not willing to pay the price. And what's that price? It's showing up every single day and doing the work that needs to be done. It's about being consistent in your efforts, your attitude, and your commitment to your goals. Now, let me ask you this. How many of you have ever started a new diet or exercise program with great enthusiasm? Raise your hands. Look around. That's most of you, isn't it? Now, keep your hand up if you stuck with that program for more than a few weeks. Not so many hands now, are there? That's because consistency is hard. It's not flashy. It's not exciting. It doesn't give you that immediate rush of satisfaction that starting something new does. But here's the secret. Consistency is where the magic happens. Think about it. The Grand Canyon wasn't created overnight. It was carved out by the Colorado River, consistently flowing and eroding the rock day after day, year after year, for millions of years. That's the power of consistency. Your success works the same way. Every small action you take, every good habit you maintain, every challenge you overcome, they all add up over time. They create the canyon of your success, deep and wide and awe-inspiring. But here's the catch. You can't see the progress day to day. Just like you can't see a child growing taller by watching them, you often can't see your own progress in the moment. That's why so many people give up. They don't see immediate results, so they think it's not working. But successful people, they understand this. They know that the results will come if they stay consistent. They trust the process. They have faith in their actions even when they can't see the immediate impact. Now let me share a little story with you. There once was a man who wanted to become physically fit. He decided to start doing push-ups every day, but he didn't set an outrageous goal. He didn't say, I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day. No, he started with just one push-up. Every single day, without fail, he did one push-up. After a week, he increased it to 2 push-ups. The next week, 3. And he kept this up consistently week after week. Now, do you think he saw dramatic changes in his body after the first week? Of course not. How about after a month? Probably not much. But here's what happened after a year. He was doing over 50 push-ups a day. After 2 years, over 100. And yes, by then his physique had completely transformed, but more importantly, he had developed an unshakable habit of consistency. He had proven to himself that he could commit to something and stick with it day in and day out. That's the power of consistency. It's not about making huge leaps. It's about taking small steps consistently over a long period of time. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Jim, that sounds boring. That sounds like a grind. And you know what? Sometimes it is. Success isn't always exciting. It's not always fun. But let me tell you something. The satisfaction of achieving your goals, of becoming the person you want to be, of creating the life you dream of, that's worth every moment of the grind. Because here's the truth. Success is not a destination. It's a way of living. It's about consistently doing the things that move towards your goals, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when no one else believes in you. Think about any successful person you admire. Do you think they became successful overnight? Do you think they just woke up one day and found themselves at the top of their field? Of course not. They got there through consistent effort, consistent learning, consistent improvement. Take someone like Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. Do you think he just made a few lucky guesses in the stock market? No, he consistently studied companies, consistently applied his investment principles, consistently made smart decisions over decades. That's what made him successful. Or consider someone like Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Do you think she just showed up at Wimbledon one day and started winning? No, she consistently practiced, consistently worked on her skills, consistently pushed herself to improve year after year. That's what success demands. It demands consistency. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What areas do you want to improve? What goals do you want to achieve? Maybe you want to start a business, or lose weight, or learn a new skill. Whatever it is, I want you to ask yourself, am I being consistent in my efforts towards this goal? Because here's the thing, it's not enough to work hard occasionally. It's not enough to be motivated when you feel like it. Success demands that you show up every day, that you put in the work consistently, even when you don't see immediate results. Let me give you another example. Imagine you're trying to fill a large bucket with water. But instead of keeping a steady stream of water flowing into the bucket, you pour in a gallon, then wait a week. Then you pour in another gallon, then wait another week. How long do you think it would take to fill that bucket? But what if instead you let just a small trickle of water flow into the bucket continuously? It might not seem like much at first, but over time that consistent trickle will fill the bucket faster than the sporadic gallons. That's how consistency works in your life. Small, consistent actions will get you to your goals faster than big, sporadic efforts. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but Jim, I've tried being consistent before. I always start strong, but then I lose motivation. How do I stay consistent? That's a great question, and it brings us to an important point. Consistency isn't about motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. If you rely on motivation to be consistent, you're setting yourself up for failure. No, consistency is about discipline. It's about creating systems and habits that keep you moving forward, regardless of how you feel on any given day. Let me share with you a few strategies that can help you develop this kind of consistency. First, start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one area of your life, one habit you want to develop, and focus on that. Make it so small that it's almost impossible to fail. Remember our push-up example? Start with one. Make it easy to be consistent. Second, create a routine. Our brains love routines. They help us conserve energy and make decisions easier. So attach your new habit to an existing routine. For example, if you want to read more, decide to read for just 5 minutes right after you brush your teeth in the morning. By linking it to an existing habit, you make it easier to remember and easier to do consistently. Third, track your progress. There's something powerful about seeing a visual representation of your consistency. It could be as simple as marking an X on a calendar for each day you complete your habit. Seeing that chain of X's grow can be incredibly motivating. Fourth, prepare for obstacles. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when things don't go as planned. The key is to prepare for these obstacles in advance. If you're trying to eat healthier, for example, what will you do when you're invited to a dinner party? Having a plan in place makes it easier to stay consistent even when life throws you curveballs. Fifth, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Did you stick to your new habit for a week? Celebrate that. 2 weeks? Celebrate again. Recognizing and rewarding your consistency reinforces the behavior and makes it more likely that you'll continue. And finally, remember why you started. Connect your consistent actions to your bigger goals and dreams. When you're tempted to skip a day or give up, remind yourself of what you're working towards. Visualize the person you're becoming through your consistent efforts. Now let's talk about another aspect of consistency that's crucial for success: consistent learning. The world is changing faster than ever before. What brought you success yesterday might not work tomorrow. That's why successful people are consistent learners. They're always reading, always studying, always looking for ways to improve their skills and knowledge. They understand that in today's world, if you're not growing, you're falling behind. So I challenge you, commit to consistent learning. Read a book every month. Take an online course every quarter. Attend a seminar or workshop every year. Make learning a non-negotiable part of your routine. And here's the beautiful thing about consistent learning: it compounds over time. Every new piece of knowledge or skill you acquire builds on what you already know. It's like compound interest for your mind. The more you learn, the easier it becomes to learn even more. But remember, it's not just about accumulating information. It's about applying what you learn. Knowledge without action is like having a library of books but never reading them. So as you learn, consistently look for ways to apply that knowledge in your life and work. Now, let's talk about another critical area where consistency is key: your relationships. Success isn't just about what you achieve, it's also about the quality of your relationships. And great relationships don't happen by accident. They require consistent effort and attention. Think about the most important relationships in your life: your spouse, your children, your close friends. Are you consistently investing in these relationships? Are you consistently showing up, listening, supporting, and expressing your love and appreciation? Or are you taking these relationships for granted, assuming they'll always be there even if you neglect them? You see, relationships are like plants. They need consistent care to thrive. You can't just water a plant off once a month and expect it to flourish. In the same way, you can't ignore your relationships for long periods and then try to make up for it with grand gestures. No, great relationships are built through small, consistent acts of love, kindness, and consideration. It's about consistently being there, consistently communicating, consistently showing that you care. And here's the thing, this consistency in relationships doesn't just make your personal life richer. It also contributes to your success in other areas. Why? Because success rarely happens in isolation. We all need support, encouragement, and sometimes a helping hand. When you consistently invest in your relationships, you're building a network of people who will be there for you, who will cheer you on, who will pick you up when you fall. So I challenge you, be as consistent in nurturing your relationships as you are in pursuing your other goals. Make it a priority to consistently connect with the important people in your life. It could be as simple as a daily text message, a weekly phone call, or a monthly dinner date. Whatever it is, make it consistent. Now let's talk about another aspect of consistency that's crucial for success, consistent self-reflection and adjustment. You see, consistency doesn't mean rigidity. It doesn't mean blindly doing the same things over and over again, regardless of the results. No, true consistency involves regularly stepping back, evaluating your progress, and making adjustments as needed. It's about being consistent in your commitment to growth and improvement, not necessarily in doing things the exact same way all the time. Successful people consistently ask themselves tough questions. Am I moving in the right direction? Are my actions aligned with my goals? What's working well? What needs to change? They don't wait for an annual review or a major crisis to reflect on these questions. They do it consistently, often on a daily or weekly basis. This consistent self-reflection allows them to catch small problems before they become big ones, to identify opportunities for improvement, and to stay aligned with their long-term vision. So I encourage you to build this habit of consistent self-reflection. It could be as simple as spending 5 minutes at the end of each day reviewing what went well and what could be improved. Or maybe it's a weekly review where you assess your progress towards your goals and plan for the week ahead. Whatever form it takes, make it a consistent part of your routine. Because here's the truth, the person who consistently reflects and adjusts will always outperform the person who just goes through the motions, even if that person is working harder. Now let's address something that often gets in the way of consistency, the desire for perfection. Many people use the pursuit of perfection as an excuse for inconsistency. They tell themselves, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. But here's the reality, perfection is the enemy of consistency. If you wait for perfect conditions, if you only act when you can do something flawlessly, you'll rarely act at all. And inconsistent perfection will never outperform consistent good enough. Think about it this way, which is better, exercising for 15 minutes every day or exercising for an hour once a month? Writing 500 words every day or writing 10,000 words once every few months? The consistent, imperfect action will always yield better results in the long run. So I challenge you, embrace imperfect action. Be willing to do things imperfectly, as long as you do them consistently. Because consistency beats perfection every single time. Now let's talk about another crucial aspect of consistency, consistent integrity. Success without integrity is not true success. It's a house built on sand, ready to crumble at any moment. Integrity means being consistent in your values, your words, and your actions. It means doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. It means keeping your promises to others and to yourself. You see, success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. And consistent integrity is what allows you to become someone you can be proud of, someone others can trust and respect. Think about the most successful people you know, the ones you truly admire. I bet they're not just successful in their careers. I bet they're also known for their integrity, their consistency in doing what's right. So I challenge you, be consistently ethical in your business dealings. Be consistently honest in your relationships. Be consistently true to your word. Because success built on a foundation of consistent integrity is success that will stand the test of time. Now let's address another challenge to consistency, the fear of boredom. Many people avoid consistency because they think it means their life will become dull and monotonous. They crave excitement, variety, the thrill of something new. But here's what they don't understand. True consistency doesn't lead to boredom. It leads to mastery. And mastery is anything but boring. Think about a master musician. They might practice the same scales, the same techniques day after day, year after year. To an outsider, that might seem boring. But to the musician, each practice session is an opportunity to discover new nuances, to push their skills just a little bit further, to express themselves in new ways. The same is true in any field. When you commit to consistency, you start to notice subtleties and opportunities for improvement that you never saw before. You begin to operate at a higher level, and that's exciting. Moreover, consistency in your core habits and responsibilities doesn't mean your entire life becomes routine. On the contrary, it frees up mental energy and time for new experiences and adventures. When you're consistent with your important tasks, you create space for spontaneity in other areas of your life. So don't fear boredom. Embrace the excitement of mastery that comes from true consistency. Now let's talk about the role of patience in consistency. In today's world of instant gratification, patience is becoming a rare virtue. We want results and we want them now. But success doesn't work that way. Real, lasting success requires patience. It requires the ability to keep going, to stay consistent even when you're not seeing immediate results. It's about trusting the process, believing that your consistent efforts will pay off in the long run. Think about planting a tree. You put the seed in the ground, you water it consistently, you make sure it gets sunlight. But for a long time you see nothing happening above the ground. Does that mean nothing is happening? Of course not. Below the surface, that seed is germinating, developing roots, gathering strength. Your success works the same way. Your consistent efforts might not show visible results immediately, but below the surface you're developing skills, building habits, gaining experience. You're laying the foundation for your future success. So I urge you to be patient. Trust the process. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, keep being consistent. Because one day, just like that tree breaking through the soil, your success will become visible for all to see. Now let's address a common misconception about consistency. Some people think that being consistent means never changing, never trying new things. But that's not true at all. Consistency is not about rigidity. It's about reliable progress towards your goals. Sometimes being consistent means being consistently flexible. It means consistently evaluating your methods and being willing to change what's not working. It means consistently looking for better ways to achieve your goals. Think about successful companies. They don't keep doing the same things year after year. They consistently innovate, consistently adapt to changing markets, but they're consistent in their core values, consistent in their commitment to serving their customers, consistent in their pursuit of excellence. The same should be true in your life. Be consistent in your goals, in your values, in your commitment to growth. But be willing to consistently adjust your methods as you learn and grow. Remember, the goal of consistency is progress, not stagnation. So be consistent in moving forward, even if that sometimes means changing direction. Now, let's talk about the power of consistent habits. You see, our lives are largely shaped by our habits, the small, often unconscious actions we perform day after day. And the beauty of habits is that once they're established, they require very little willpower or conscious effort to maintain. That's why successful people focus on developing consistent, positive habits. They understand that if they can make the right actions habitual, success becomes almost inevitable. Think about it. If you have a habit of reading for 30 minutes every day over the course of a year, you'll have read for over 180 hours. That's equivalent to taking a college course. If you have a habit of saving 10% of your income, over time you'll build significant wealth. If you have a habit of exercising for just 15 minutes a day over a year, that's over 90 hours of physical activity. These habits might seem small on a day-to-day basis, but when performed consistently over time, they lead to dramatic results. So I challenge you, identify the habits that will move you towards your goals. It might be a morning routine that sets you up for a productive day. It might be a habit of reaching out to one new potential client every day. Whatever it is, focus on making these actions habitual. Start small. Make it so easy that you can't say no. Then perform these actions consistently, day after day, until they become as automatic as brushing your teeth. Because when you harness the power of consistent habits, you put your success on autopilot. Now, let's address something that often gets in the way of consistency, the influence of others. You see, not everyone in your life will understand or support your commitment to consistency. Some might even try to derail your efforts, intentionally or unintentionally. Maybe it's friends who try to tempt you away from your healthy eating habits. Maybe it's family members who don't understand why you're spending so much time on your business or your personal development. Maybe it's colleagues who roll their eyes at your consistent work ethic. But here's the truth. Your consistency is not for them. It's for you. It's for your dreams, your goals, your future self. So you need to be consistently strong in the face of these influences. You need to consistently choose your long-term success over short-term peer approval. You need to consistently surround yourself with people who support your goals and respect your commitment to consistency. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so be consistent in choosing to spend time with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, who respect your commitment to consistency. Now, let's talk about the role of consistency in building trust and credibility. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an employee, or a leader, your success depends largely on the trust others place in you. And trust is built through consistency. Think about it. Would you trust someone who's only reliable sometimes, who only delivers quality work occasionally? Of course not. You trust people who consistently do what they say they'll do, who consistently deliver results, who consistently treat others with respect. The same is true in business. Customers don't flock to companies that provide great service only sometimes. They become loyal to businesses that consistently meet or exceed their expectations. So if you want to be successful, if you want to build a great reputation, focus on being consistently reliable, consistently professional, consistently excellent in everything you do. Because consistency is the foundation of trust, and trust is the foundation of success. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to address one final aspect of consistency, the consistency of your mindset. You see, success isn't just about consistent actions, it's also about consistent thoughts and attitudes. Successful people consistently maintain a positive, growth-oriented mindset. They consistently believe in their ability to learn, to improve, to overcome challenges. They consistently see opportunities where others see obstacles. This doesn't mean they're never discouraged or frustrated, but it does mean they consistently choose to focus on solutions rather than problems, on possibilities rather than limitations. So I challenge you, be consistent in your optimism. Be consistent in your belief in yourself and your goals. Be consistent in seeing challenges as opportunities for growth. Because here's the truth, your mindset creates your reality. If you consistently think like a successful person, if you consistently see yourself as capable and worthy of success, you'll consistently take the actions that lead to success. As we conclude, I want to leave you with this final thought. Success is not a matter of chance. It's not about luck or talent or circumstances beyond your control. Success is a matter of choice, the choice to be consistent. The choice to consistently show up, to consistently put in the work, to consistently pursue your goals even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when you can't see immediate results. It's the choice to consistently learn, to consistently improve, to consistently push yourself outside your comfort zone. It's the choice to consistently maintain your integrity, to consistently nurture your relationships, to consistently contribute value to others. It's the choice to consistently believe in yourself and your dreams, even when others doubt you. And here's the beautiful thing, this choice is available to each and every one of you. Right here, right now, you can make the choice to be consistent. You can make the choice to commit to your success, not just for today, not just for this week, but for the long haul. So I ask you, will you make that choice? Will you commit to consistency? Will you decide right here and now that from this day forward, you will consistently do what needs to be done to achieve your goals and create the life you desire? Because if you do, if you truly embrace the power of consistency, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your success is not a matter of if, but when. Remember, success demands consistency, and consistency demands a decision, your decision. So make that decision. Commit to consistency and watch as it transforms your life one day at a time, one action at a time, one success at a time. Thank you.